Hey guys, it's Teresa. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about budgets again. Last week, I told you guys that I was going to come back and share our envelope system, so that's what I'm doing today. And if you haven't seen the video where I told you guys about our updated budget and talked a little bit about us having to rebuild our budget, then I will leave the link to the video here somewhere. And I will also leave it down below so that you guys can check that out. So, our envelope system, we have two sets of envelopes, and the first one I kind of mentioned a little bit in the video I told you guys about last week, and it's this one. This is a coupon holder that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, and I just put some envelopes inside the coupon holder. This stays in my purse at all times, and this has been the biggest life-saving thing in our budget so far as us being on the total cash or the zero-based budget system. I'm going to open this up for you guys. It has a little elastic here, and you just pull the elastic off and it opens right up. You have really easy access to your envelopes in the store, and that's why I liked this one. And inside the envelopes that I have, the very first one is for my spending money. This is where I keep any money that I can spend on whatever I want. The second envelope is for groceries. The third one is for household. The fifth is for offering. And the sixth and final envelope is for tithes. When we get our check, however often we're paid throughout the month, I take out tithes first. Then I take out our offering. The next thing I usually calculate for are groceries, then our household, and then our date money. Spending is the very last thing I usually calculate for, because if our checks or something like that is short, our spending money is shorter for that pay period. So whatever money I have basically to spare for us to spend, that's the money that we get to spend. In this wallet, or this little thingy here, I keep my spending money. I do not keep Steven's spending money. He's able to spend his money on whatever he wants to spend his money on. I don't really care about that because that would be unfair for him. And so he keeps his spending money, his wallet. I keep mine in this little thing only because everything else is in this little thing too. The second envelope system we have, this one stays in our house somewhere at all times. This is our future envelope system. And I feel like I'm saying that wrong. But these are the things that I budget for that have not happened yet. Things that I know we're going to have to pay for in the near future. And I'm just going to open this one up really quickly. This also has a little tie thing at the bottom, and you just pop it open. The very first envelope in here is for our vehicles, and it's for anything we need to get done on our vehicles. We both have older cars, and with older cars, you have a lot of upkeep. But without the upkeep, you would have a monthly payment. So we don't really have to do a lot of repairs to our cars, but I do like to put back some money every month so that when something needs to be done, we have the money already to do it. Now, sometimes I don't do this very well because I will have to pull money out of here and then I'll forget to put the money back in. But typically when we need something like an oil change or maybe like a new battery, brakes, something like that, I can go to this vehicles envelope and just pull that money out and have it so that we can get the oil changed. The second one in this envelope pouch is for our pool, yard, and home repairs. Anything that we need done in our house, we go to this envelope. Usually though, our pool takes up most of the money in this envelope throughout the summertime, and keeping our yard mowed throughout the summertime, because we don't mow our yard ourselves. We do have our neighbor do it, and he charges. So I keep money in here to kind of supplement for that. And this money goes pretty quickly. Even though I try to save throughout the year for it, it goes quickly once the summer comes in. The third envelope is for emergencies. This is not our overall emergency fund. This is so that if we don't have any money on us and we need to get something done with cash, we can pull from this envelope. The next one is future plans, and that's basically what it is. It's for anything in the future that we might plan on doing, like taking a vacation or something like that. And then the very last one is for our property taxes. because as everyone who owns a home or owns any type of property know, you have to pay taxes on your property each year. And so I try to put back a little bit of money in this envelope every month, so that when the time comes to pay our property taxes, I can pull from that envelope and get that paid. So both of these things have been really great for our budgets. I like to put back at least $10 a pay period in the envelopes in this one. So I'll try to take at least $50 a month and put back into this, so that when we get to the end of the year, each envelope has something in it. Now, depending on your budget, you need to make the executive choice to say how much you need to put in your envelopes and how much you need to put in your 401k, how much you need to leave in your savings accounts. Our envelope system is really good for us because we kind of like to do, cash for most things. And I think I don't know if I mentioned, there's also an envelope for our dates, because we do try to have dates periodically. We used to try to have them every week, but we don't have them every week anymore because we just don't have the time, and we're kind of homebody, so we just kind of stay at home and cook and watch movies and things like that. But from time to time, we do like to go out to eat, and there is money in this envelope system for that. When we want to get a frozen yogurt, go see a movie, go have dinner, anything like that. And I think that's really important too, because you got to keep that going. You don't just want to live so tightly on your budget that you can't have any money to do anything else with. And that's kind of a part of our future plans budgeting system. I just kind of try to keep that in there, and then I'll pull from it. So these are our envelope systems. I like having two. I know that some people just have one envelope system for everything, but having this one for things that I can just keep in the house and not carry around with me is really helpful, as opposed to carrying everything in my purse at one time, because that could add up to a lot of money at once. Now, I don't have a whole lot of money in this thing at one time. Like right now, there's probably $10 in here because I've already paid tithes. I've already done the offering for these 2 weeks for our pay period. And I've already bought groceries, done our household. And the $10 that is in here is for my spending money, or whatever I have left over from my spending money. You don't want to get to the point where you're carrying around hundreds of dollars every day in your envelope system, because if someone decides to snatch your purse, it's going to be really bad, guys. So just make sure that you're mindful of those things, because even though you may be a very trustworthy person, everyone is not trustworthy like that. And that's kind of a dangerous thing when you're carrying around all cash. I hope that this was helpful for you guys to kind of see the categories for our envelope system. If you have any other questions, concerns, or any suggestions of videos that you would like to see me talk about in our Budgeting Basics series, just leave those down below, and make sure that you subscribe, you guys, so that you don't miss any budgeting videos. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will talk to y'all later. Bye.